So about 6 weeks ago, I finished my first half Ironman, which I trained for it, I finished the race, and I accomplished a pretty big goal for me personally. So I flew home from the race, took about a week off, was gonna let my body recover, let it heal. So that next Monday, I decided to go for a run, which no issues, just back in the groove of training. And Tuesday rolls around, I was gonna go for a 16-mile bike ride. The wife was out of town, so set off. About a mile down the road, I had a pretty horrific bike accident. To say the least, I can be very accident prone. It's just kind of in my nature. But I'm gonna take a tape measure and go show you exactly what happened. I was coming down this road, it's about a mile from my house, and I was coming up to this red light. So my house is down that way, it's about a mile down the road, and I was coming down here, I saw that was turning red. As it was turning red, I turned my head to the left just to make sure there was no cars coming. And when I did, my front wheel went down in that crack. This is about where my bike went in. It's about a 5-inch drop. Watch out for the crack. So I flip over right there, hit my shoulder, and then I went and pulled my bike over, and I ended up sitting over there for about 5 or 10 minutes. Completely couldn't move my arm, my shoulder. So I had to end up walking all the way back home with my bike. So here's the results of my x-ray. This right here is my collarbone. This arrow is supposed to be in line with that arrow. What connects it is your AC tendon. And when you tear or separate your AC tendon, this bounces up. So I'm gonna have a bump on my shoulder for the rest of my life without surgery, which the doctor doesn't recommend surgery because he's got to put screws and plates to keep this down. And he said the results aren't always favorable. So I have a grade 3 AC joint separation. It's very painful. So for the last 6 weeks, I've been dealing with this horrendous injury. It's been very painful. It's the worst pain injury that I've ever had in my life. So I broke 2 ribs, AC joint separation. And so mind you, I've broken my back in college. I've broken a lot of ribs. I've had other broken bones, but nothing compares to the pain that I've dealt with on this little injury. When I say little injury, I don't underestimate it, because it's been tough to sleep, it's been tough to do anything. But a while back, I had already previously signed up for a half marathon with a really interesting person. Somebody that is just a motivation to me, and an incredible person. So through this pain, I was like, I can't miss this race. So 2 weeks ago, I completed a half marathon with Latonya John, one of the most amazing people that you'd ever meet. So I met Latonya 2 years ago at the Fort Worth Marathon when I was running that with my daughter. All right, Lauren, run. Say hi, Latonya.
Bye. See you guys.
Good luck.
Great job, Lauren. Proud of you.
So we were coming up on probably mile 7 or 8, and we run up on Latonya and struck up a conversation, and kind of find out she's just been on an amazing journey herself. She's run a tremendous amount of half marathons and marathons, and she's lost over 100 pounds. So for the last 2 years, I've been trying to coordinate a time with both of our busy schedules to do a race with her. So 2 weeks ago, I got that opportunity, and we had an amazing time. We finished the race, and she's just an amazing soul.
All right, we're about 2 minutes away from the start of the half marathon and full marathon.
You ready?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
Today we're doing the Arlington Half Marathon with Latonya. And tell me your name again. Shelly. This is Latonya's this will be her 27th half marathon. She's done 3 full marathons. And we're gonna keep adding to this list. So when did you start running, Latonya?
Actually, I was tricked into running.
Tricked into, it's trick or treat, so it's good
Yeah,
timing, right?
Exactly.
So how are you tricked into running?
Well, the lady Shelby and her husband, about 2013, I was started my weight loss journey, so I started walking. And she would wake up at 6:30 every morning to do miles with me. Her and her husband does not exercise, mind you. His exercise is the beer. He tells everybody that I'm the only person he will do miles for. She started me walking. Another group of ladies.
This was in 2013.
Yes. And I want to say November of that year, I did my first official 5K. Walked it. I even have pictures of that. It was on Thanksgiving. And all I did is give somebody money. This is how they would trick me. They would just tell me to give them my money. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. What do I have to do? You just come and walk with us. I was like, okay. Just meet us on Sundays at this Walmart. I was like, okay. Okay, now you need to run a little bit. Run and say your ABCs. We missed the interval, so let her walk. You know, I just got tricked into it. Next thing you know, I was doing the Dallas BMW relays. I did that for like 5 years in a row. Then I was signed up for a 15K. They literally had it planned out. I did a 15K, met at 5K. That December I did my first relay. That February I did a 15K. Then they had the Dallas, a rock and roll half. I had no idea. No idea. I had no idea. So that's my story.
All of this, you've lost over 100 pounds, or right at 100 pounds, right?
Right at 100 pounds. I'm at 95 right now because I had 3 rounds of skin removal surgery.
Okay.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
3 rounds of skin removal surgery. And I'm lucky now. The problem is now, because I've had the skin removed, I can run a lot faster, but I can't control it.
Gotcha.
So that's the reason why, if you didn't hear her say, make sure you're slowing down.
Yeah.
So she's always looking at her watch or listening to my watch and make sure that I'm not going too fast. Because then that means I'll crash at the end.
So the story is that my daughter and I were running the Fort Worth half marathon. Wasn't the Fort Worth half?
Yes.
All right.
That was her first half. My first and only.
Yeah, her first and only. So maybe I can get her going on this again. But so we were running and run up upon Latonya. We just start talking to her. Next thing you know, struck up a great conversation. By the end of the day, we were Facebook friends. And we've kept up for what, 2 years now?
Yep, 2 years.
And I've been trying to get on a race with her for that long. We're finally here today, so I'm excited. We're talking about Latonya's husband right now. We're talking about beer and chicken wings, and being a chauffeur, and a big support for her.
Exactly. And then he was worried. He texted me, "Oh my God, am I late to pick you guys up?" I was like, "No, I still have a mile left." So, and at the beginning of my journey when we was dating before we got married, he would drop me off and pick me up all the time for the relays and the halves at the train station in Dallas. Because he knew how much I didn't like going into Dallas. But then I met this wonderful run group. We carpool, so
yeah,
he got spoiled with not dropping me off.
So what does keep you motivated?
My friends.
Your friends?
My friends and my mom. Oh my God.
That's your motivation.
My mother is my #1 supporter. I was having a pity party this morning. So I call her. Say, Mom, it's like, you know, my right leg started hurting me. I have to do these new shoes. I'm a bit nervous about it. So my mom and my dad, he passed away like 2 years ago. when I did my last full, a month before I did my last full, a month to the exact date. I almost didn't do it. I think I called and told you about that.
Yeah.
I ended up with a golf size blister.
Yeah.
So, but I did it because between my mom, Shelby and Shelly and Sharon, they always like on speed dial. Whenever I'm having a situation, they're there to help tell me how strong I am, because believe it or not, the strongest people think I am.
Oh, you got your up days and you got your down days. That's normal.
That's normal. But I know there's no turning back. So I don't ever physically be the way I was before, because I can enjoy life. I can go walk and hiking, and I don't know, just who can do a half marathon or full marathon and then spend the rest of the day walking around?
I know.
Like they didn't do it.
You could go do this again tomorrow.
I probably could.
Let's talk about this month. Give me an idea of how many miles you've run this month. I think it's like 90 something.
It's only 90 something because
only 90 something.
Because I know I sound horrible, and I keep telling myself that, because the doctor pulled me back. They told me not to run and just walk and no long miles until this race, because I have scar tissue buildup in the back of my leg connecting my hamstring, and it was causing me real bad pain, because we was doing the race in Chicago and we was doing good. That first half, we could have finished it in 3 hours probably, right? But my legs started hurting me so bad. And it wasn't, my legs wasn't tired. It was little pain, and she seen it in my face. She was like, what's wrong? Like, my leg. So.
I could say that most people don't run 90 miles in their lifetime. Latonya does that in a month. And she says she's cutting back.
Well, I had to. And I'm actually mad at myself, because I'm supposed to hit 100 miles a month this whole year. So that is my part of the run group that I run with. They support, 100% support, all of them support the craziness. Like they like literally, when I put out that I have miles with anybody, they find a way of making sure that we complete our goal. Somebody's there. And they don't matter if they're faster than you, you know, because, you know, Shelly's, thank you, most everybody I run with, are faster than me. Even Run Mom, because she the one started her daughter running, which is better.
Oh yeah?
Yes. She retired and she just started running. So, yeah, so that's what's so awesome about it, is that it's not a pace, it's about completion. You know what I mean? They make sure everybody complete their goal.
27. Good job, Latonya.